It's a Saturday morning and I wanted to talk about two things today. One is education here in Thailand, and secondly is hospitals and medical insurance, because quite often when I make posts, and it is a minority, there are people that are quite strongly opinionated and say that I need to be back in the UK for the good of my kids, and suggest and insinuate that the schools are better and it's good to have the backup of the national health. And I'm not going to get into a tit for tat, but all I am going to do is try and explain why I personally feel it's a better choice to be here in Thailand. So let's discuss my kids first of all, and whether they should be back in the UK to go through a British curriculum and schooling journey. I hear about lots of people that are sending their kids to school in the UK, and perhaps they're not so happy as what they were in the past. Let me explain. My kids go to an international school here. They're taught by British teachers and follow a British curriculum. They're having a normal education. When it comes to lifestyle, they live an outside lifestyle because of the climate. Here on a Saturday morning, I'm taking the kids to football. They do extra football as well because they just love it at school twice a week. They're doing everything that you would do back in the UK, so I'm not sure where that argument stands up. You know, in fact, if I was forced to go back to the UK, and I guess that would be for financial reasons, and I think that's actually the metric that people need to discuss and differentiate between why they're saying it's a better idea to go back to the UK. It's purely financial. Can you afford the international education here, and can you afford the health insurance? Because I want to move on to hospitals here, and I was speaking to an old expat, actually in hospital. I was taking my kids to the dentist for a treatment, and he said he would hate to go back to the UK and go through the NHS system, because here, and I'm going to back up everything that he said because it's true, if you have health insurance, these hospitals here are world class. You'll go and see a doctor and arguably get the treatment the same day. I hurt my back and had to go for an operation. It was scheduled in within 5 days. All the technology's here. The best doctors seem to be here. I'm not knocking the UK at all, but I spoke to a friend back in England and said, yeah, but you've got private health insurance. It's okay, isn't it? He said, no. Before I can get my treatment, I still have to go to NHS to get that and go through the queues. I remember 7 hours in A&E in the UK to get seen. There is nothing like that. There is no wait. It's instant. The treatment is good. So again, it falls flat, the defence that you need to be back in the UK for the security of the NHS and schooling. Yes, if you have a tight budget. But if not, Thailand's always going to get the nod for me. My kids get the best healthcare treatment, and they've needed it on a couple of instances, really quite serious. And I think they're getting a very rounded schooling. They're meeting a diverse set of kids from all over the world, not just Thai. They're learning about cultures. They have, I think, good parents that are bringing them up correctly, and I would be sad, heartbroken if I had to take them back to the UK. But I'm really not knocking those that do have to go back. I just feel I needed to defend all those negative posters that say you have to be back in the UK for the good of your kids. I disagree 100%. Until next time, keep safe. Down about Thailand.